و حالا میخوام با آقای دکتر کیسی صحبت بکنم، یه چند تا سوال از ایشون داشته باشم. Dr. Casey, I would like for you to introduce yourself, how long you have been a doctor, and in exactly what population you have worked with, and what brought you to be interested into the LGBT community. این LGBT community مال همجنسگرایان هستش.
Hello everybody, and I've been in the field of mental health for over 25 years now, and my area of expertise initially have been substance abuse, dual diagnosis, domestic violence, basically any kind of abuse you can imagine that I took interest in, and I started working with that population. Of course, along the way, and I started seeing more and more people from LGBT community and who were suffering similar problems. So addiction doesn't discriminate,
No, it
right?
does not.
It just
Absolutely.
gets anybody. So the treatment simply started evolving into dealing with the LGBT community, and the treatment just about the same. The only difference I found is that they have additional issues, more traumas, maybe more societal repression or societal rejection or shame that they're dealing with. And it became very obvious. I mean, being an addict is already shaming enough.
Correct.
And being rejected because of your sexuality, talk about creating layers
Correct.
on layers, and it made it very difficult for that population to deal with what's going on. And for that reason, I said, you know what? I think this is a good
Very
area to go
nice.
in and also deal with that population too.
Correct. I really want to thank you very, very much for accepting my proposal to you to be working within the Iranian community, because it's a very tight subject. It's not to be discussed. It's not to be touched. It's not to be brought up within the family, within the community especially. And I believe that there is a lot of issues with the family, within the Iranian community, as there is, in other communities as well.
Absolutely.
And it's the matter of educating the public, educating the people that, they don't have to have one within their own family members or somebody that they know within their own friends, but that within the community itself, there is a lot of gay, lesbian, transsexual people, and that they want to be accepted within the community. They want to make friends. They want to be accepted in every culture, in every community, as others are. And I think it's wonderful. I'm going to go into the Persian version of this now.
Sure.
Culturally,
let me add something to
sure.
this. It's really interesting when we talk about cultures, and being a star is kind of capture the idea of how to create a family for those who do not have a family.
Exactly.
It's just what a great idea, because people who were rejects and their parents or the society couldn't accept in their Hispanic community, that they had no place to go.
Correct.
So when people say Buenos Aires, in fact, the organizations see Buenos Aires as a family. So when these people start coming in, they finally found a place and a voice and a comfort and shelter where they really didn't have it. So that idea could really transform anybody, any community, and I think it could be reestablished and within any community.
Correct. Correct. It's so true. I just tried to say it within a few words what you had mentioned about BNSR, that it's a very friendly place. Actually, I'm going to say, ask our viewers that anybody would like to come and visit us, they're more than welcome to come. They're more than welcome to contact us. You are available. I'm available. We'll be more than happy to answer any questions that we can. We have our telephone number. I will leave you in English and also in Persian. Is area code 818-908-38 And
20.
I just explained about the HIV testing and that we do have housing information available for those who do
Absolutely.
test positive.
Yeah, positive, yes.
And also there is food banks
Yes.
available for them. And
Yes.
if they know of someone who may be qualified or who may need help, absolutely we are available
Absolutely. There is
to call
help out
us.
there.
Absolutely.
And they should not fear, and they should be there. And be careful of those people.
Absolutely.
They should be
That's the reason we are there, actually. واقعاً, I'm saying that, we do not discriminate on age. Whoever needs our help and is interested in getting some information, they are welcome to come
Sure,
and get it.
sure.
We are not there to judge. We are nobody to judge anybody in whatever category they are, whatever lifestyle they have. And that I just said it is what it is,
Yeah.
and we have to accept it as human beings.
You know, you were talking about youth. It kind of made me flashback to many, many years ago when I first started in the field of substance abuse and what was really taking place. So if you want to know where we are today, you have to kind of take a look at where we were then.
Correct.
So I remember 1970s and 80s, if somebody was diagnosed with alcoholism or drug addiction, nobody said a word. Nobody in the family said anything. In fact, everything was hush-hush. In fact, being an alcoholic was a no-no.
Exactly.
You were just a
Correct.
weak person.
Absolutely.
You know, people have their perception of an alcoholic, somebody with a trench coat, with a brown bag, kind of an attitude.
Sure.
Then they realize, the doctors, the attorneys, the firemen, the judges, everybody's having the problem.
Absolutely.
So we culturally started shifting. And the funny thing is, when you said youth, I have treated kids who were chemically diagnosed, they were chemically dependent, and the parents couldn't handle it, so they ended up shipping the kids out of state to different facilities, so the neighborhoods, the people in the neighborhoods wouldn't know. That's how we were thinking then. Now, of course, there's quite a bit of an understanding. When somebody says, I'm really recovering from substance abuse, you see a lot of people clapping, but you kind of encourage them.
Correct.
And I see some parallel, that same thing is kind of happening with LGBT community, but we're not far along yet.
Correct. Well,
که
I'm going
خودکشی
to
بکنن.
translate it. These people, if we don't accept them within the community, as you and I had discussed this many times, as we have accepted that there are mixed marriages, there are white, black, red, yellow skin. These are a group of people that they want the society to accept them the way they are. And if they are isolated within the community, within their own friends and family, I just said that it can cause depression, it will cause mental illnesses, and also, worst of all, it will lead them to possibility of suicide, which has happened.
It does happen, yes. Well, in my opinion, there's nothing worse than a child not being able to go talk to their parents.
Correct.
It's just you watch, teenage years tend to be a turmoil, a lot of difficulties, a lot of identity problems. But between the ages 10 to about 14, when the child starts feeling that they may not be like everybody else, and oftentimes they can't seem to be able to go to a parent and say, maybe I'm not like you guys. Maybe I'm a bit different. And the fear of rejection and abandonment is so great that it automatically cuts the person and the child off.
Correct.
And the child goes inward. Well, when the child shuts down emotionally, then you set somebody up for depression,
Correct.
for suicide, for abandonment, for all kinds of abuse.
Correct.
Unfortunately, this happens oftentimes within the family system first, then society is large.
Absolutely. This is a very interesting subject area that has never been touched within the Iranian community, as you well know.
Yes.
I am deeply appreciative of you, Dr. Casey, that you have allowed me to come to my own community, which I very much love and respect. And I really want to help the community, and this is our only goal. There is no other goal other than helping our own community within the system. I really would like to take this time also to mention Mr. Mehdi Zokai and his daughter Masa. They are the owners of Javanan magazine, who were the first people to embrace this suggestion and to have us as a guest on their radio talk show, and also to have our ad in the Javanan paper of this last week. Yeah. And actually, Mr. Khalili, who is the owner of the Sherkat Kitab, the Kitab publishing company in Westwood, he also embraced our proposal as well. And of course, Mr. Shabkhiz and Mrs. Hakok were the third people to support us, and this has just been I just cannot express how much I'm appreciative of these people to embrace the knowledge that we can share, you can share, and with our community. And also, at the end, I would like to mention that this coming Wednesday, which is a week from today, we will have a presentation which will be free for the Iranian community. That will be at the Kitab publishing company in Westwood, upstairs on the second floor, from 6 o'clock to 8 o'clock. You and I will both be presenting this some information, and also we have questions. If anybody would like to come in, we would appreciate it. And I'm going to say this in Farsi.
Thank you for having me here. I would like to finish by saying to those parents, love your children for who they are and not what you want them to be. And thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Casey.